Dave Rogers here in Singapore, and welcome to a Pecha Kucha format tip session. In fact, I'm going to share 3 tips that I used when I put together my Pecha Kucha. I'm going to give you an example of a Pecha Kucha, and then we're going to do a little recap. So the first is the tips of a Pecha Kucha. First of all, I want to share, I was very afraid. I was nervous and it shook me up a lot. So when I wrote out the script, yes, I actually wrote out the script. That's my first tip, is write out a script. It's going to allow you to cut and paste, and it's going to allow you to have a nice flow to the Pecha Kucha. And in the example, you'll see that there is a nice flow. And I use it using the theme of 3 main tips, 3 main lessons, and 3 main experiences in my Pecha Kucha. The number 2 tip is to be able to really employ the concept of 3s. This comes back to Steve Jobs' great way of giving presentations, and you can focus on 3s. 1, 2, 3. You can have a rhythm with 1, 2, 3, and you can allow people to digest 1, 2, 3. So the first step is to really focus on writing down things. Number 2 is to focus on 3. Number 3 is when you're doing your slides, allow yourself the flexibility to put some slides in, take some slides out. The whole idea of Pecha Kucha is 20 slides in 20 seconds each slide. And so to practice this, gives you this example. It's going to happen right now. Watch this example, learn from this example, and enjoy this example of Pecha Kucha.
You are the center of your universe. In 1490, Leonardo da Vinci drew the Vitruvian Man. You are the center of your universe. Since 2013, I've been using it as a metaphor for entrepreneurship. Because if you're going to be an entrepreneur, it's getting into other people's realities. My name is Dave Rogers. I'm from Canada. I was celebrating Canada Day in Egypt this year with 33 entrepreneurs who traveled and joined me. A message from Egypt. Business is down. It's down as much as 70 or 80%. They invite you. Our tour guides invited me to invite you to Egypt. Will you go? Most likely not, because of fear. Something that controls and influences us immensely, yet we're often unaware of it. What triggers fear? Could it be shame? Could it be abuse? Could it be racial discrimination? Or could it be self-esteem? These are components of fear that triggered in me in 1986 when I first went to Japan as a student. And I remember the first 3 nights I was there, I was crying, I was so sad, I was homesick. There was so much fear that I became very curious about fear. I wanted to understand fear. I traveled the world to understand and explore fear. This is the ambassador of breath from India, Guru Nath, who explained to me that if you're going to engage fear, you could be best served to understand your breath. Everyone take a deep breath and let it out. Maybe one more and let it out. That will be the first way to get awareness in dealing with fear. This is my friend Sally the Salamander in Singapore, where I do my meditation in the morning. And Sally taught me a great lesson, the second lesson to deal with fear. And that's to move. Move the body, move it to the left, move it to the right. Maybe do a little hop, hop. And it will change the way you look at fear. Thank you, Sally. This is a picture from the Nile, where every morning we would do sun gazing. At night we would do sun gazing. Because sun gazing teaches focus, the third component. Breath, movement, focus. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you like to feel. Focus on your dreams, and that's what you'll get. This is in Cambodia, the top of Angkor Wat. In 2008, I started a company called Soul Journey Travel. I had a fear of travel. I started a company that takes people to places like Machu Picchu and Egypt and Chichen Itza and Cambodia to learn about life purpose and expression. But more, the business has purpose. It takes care of an orphanage in Cambodia. It takes care of an orphanage in India. Because on our journeys with Soul Journeys, it's not just travel. It's profound life experiences. That is the essence of the business. It's the essence of what we do with soul journeys. That's me in Cambodia in January when I banged my head and blood was coming down, and this blood as it came down my face, I thought, this is rather nurturing. I thought, this is sort of like entrepreneurship. And I laughed and I smiled because it didn't hurt. Yet it did trigger my second big fear, fear of public speaking. In 2008, I was so afraid of public speaking. Yet by breathing, by moving, by focusing on being a better speaker, I started a company called Rock Your Life. The theme is play a bigger game. We've done movies, we've written books. I've had the privilege of working with people in over 35 countries because speaking is a business that makes a difference. The ethos of Rock Your Life, play a bigger game, it starts with C, the 3 C's. First is connection. Can you connect? Can you get into other people's model of the world, their universe, and listen to them, connect with them? It's such a key component if you're going to take your business and play a bigger game. It starts with connection, but then goes to collaboration, the second C. Can you be collaborative? We talk about a 5W approach, 5 W's. Win, 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 win. You must win. I must win. Your business must win. My business must win. And Mother Earth, there must be a contribution that wins. The last C is creativity, co-creation, connection, collaboration, creativity. Everyone in this room is creative. Some might be creative in communication. Some might be suppressed and haven't drawn, sang, or danced for years. It's that creativity that I invite you to explore. This is an example of what Rock Your Business, Rock Your Life, Entrepreneur X Factor is about. We came up with an idea of connecting with entrepreneurs. In 2012, we went to 16 countries. It's a one-day program. Last year, 23 countries. This year, over 30 countries. We're writing stories of entrepreneurs who are making a difference. But there's still fear. We all are going to be faced with fear. The third fear I wanted to talk about today is the fear of failure. Yes, the fear of failure. My invitation is for you to remember breathing, moving, focus, fail fast, fail frequently, and fail often. And this is one of the ways you can do this idea of connecting to yourself, breathing. Everyone take another deep breath. Find a way that you connect to yourself. Whether it's meditation, to connect to the global consciousness, to connect to divine wisdom in everything you do. Breathing, movement. Movement is, what movements do you want to be part of? It could be the movement of water. It could be the movement of trees. Go plant a tree with the Green Man or Paul. It could be art. Go take a painting course, or go take a singing course, or dance it. It could be wisdom, or it could be nature. And I'm leaving it today. I started with Da Vinci. I'm going to finish off with some Asian wisdom of the I Ching, the Book of Changes. This is how you ask questions. You start with water. Why are you doing what you do? What would you like to do? Who would you like to play with? When are you going to do it? Start now. That's constructive cycle of the universe. Because you are the center of your universe. I invite you to play a bigger game. I invite you to breathe, to move, and to focus.
Amazing Dave Rogers.
Welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed that example. As you can see, I was a little nervous at the beginning, yet it was really an exhilarating experience. So let's go through the 3 tips to do a PechaKucha. Number 1 was to write down your script. Number 2 was to use the rule of 3s. And number 3 was to allow yourself the flexibility of putting slides in, taking out slides, putting in slides, and practicing. Now, if you remember from the presentation, which again, if you're nervous or if you're afraid, there's 3 big tips to learn there too. First one, can you remember? It was to take a deep breath. And this hopefully this will allow you to enjoy your Pecha Kucha experience if you breathe. And then it's actually to move a little bit, because if you're going to be nervous, it's nice to be able to actually use that nervous energy, which I often call life force, to energize your presentation. And then number 3 is to focus on what you want. If you really want to do a great Pecha Kucha, employ this. Take a deep breath, move a little bit, and focus on delivering a great Pecha Kucha. I hope this video has been of some assistance to you. I hope you look to use the rule of 3. And if you did like this video, please just click like and subscribe, and we'll be looking to deliver you some fantastic videos in the future. Thank you very much.